What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Crusade. Today we're taking a look at some more capital raids. So we're going to look at the Sparky attack using wall breakers and barbarians to distract up front, and then the endless haste and the rage to kind of get in there and to do some heavy damage with the Sparky up close and personal with the defending village. So as always, guys, welcome. We're going to hop into what the first attack looks like. So drop your haste in a spot that will work for future attacks. And then the second piece is focusing on one side of the base so you can set the stage for that second hit. All right, so on this one, I've gone ahead and placed it on the far right side. I've dropped a couple of troops ahead of the Sparky so that it can distract the defenses while the Sparky gets in there and starts doing some heavy damage. Now, I don't want the splash damage defenses to start targeting my Sparky. Otherwise, it could result in the Sparky going down too quickly, and then we're not getting the entire bang for the buck that we need from that troop. So as you can see here, I'm trying my best to keep dropping troops in front of the Sparky, but it kind of bounced around a little bit. I'm a little bit worried that he's going to be targeted, but it looks like I still have the artillery distracted for now, which is good. Not too worried about that cannon, but I do have a lot of these like smaller guys with the wall breakers and the barbarians running out pretty quickly, and so I need to work on the management here. This is again kind of like my first weekend of doing this, so this is kind of a first look at how this is going to pan out. Again, please go check out our last video for these raid weekends with the miner strategy. I love that one. It's my go-to. It's easy to use, it's versatile, it's strong, but I want to show you guys some new content. So here we are, 47% on the first hit. Not as strong as I'd like, but again, these are some tougher bases. Guys, if you're loving the content, please go ahead and subscribe. It really helps us out. We're trying to get to 1,000. So that's our goal, so that we can keep pushing forward with great content. So any subscription helps. Please, please, please consider subscribing. But as we hop into the second attack, we're going to go ahead and switch out that endless haste for a second rage. That's going to give us some more opportunities deeper in the base for the second hit. So for the second and future hits, if you need a third or more, continue your attack on the first side, or if you want to focus on the opposite side of the base because of other heavy defenses, that's also fine. Just try to drop your Sparky in that endless haste off the bat so that Sparky moves pretty quickly through this base. Now, as you can see, I decided to continue forward on that first side that I was initially trying to target. I'm dropping these guys sporadically to keep the defenses preoccupied and allow my Sparky to really get in there and do a whole lot of damage. I might be dropping these guys a little too quickly, so that's something I need to work on for sure. If you guys have any tips for me, please let me know. Again, this is my first time using this strategy, trying to figure it out. I've watched a couple other content creators and watched some other replays from within my clan. I think that this is kind of the way to do it moving forward, but I'm dropping this first rage right here, really just to help power through that giant cannon and move closer to that artillery. Now, the Sparky does a whole lot of damage, especially under rage. It's able to one-hit a lot of these defenses, if not all of them, and that's really great. The only problem is that it's very slow. So if you need other troops to distract the defenses, then you got to lay them down quick. Otherwise, it's going to start soaking up damage. And as you can see here, it's not looking so great. 78%. The artillery is locked onto the Sparky. It's doing a whole lot of damage. So is that giant cannon, and we go down 83% on that second hit. Guys, not looking as strong, I don't think, initially as the miner strategy that I used in the past. Please, again, go take a look at that. But we're definitely learning, and I think they'll get better over time. So these are some tougher bases as well. Let's go ahead and see where we want to drop it. We'll drop it right there on the edge so that it moves south, and then I'll queue up my guys ready to go so that we can distract some of these defenses once again and move that Sparky in there without taking too much damage. Now, that artillery was super low, so I went ahead and used the lightning there just to knock it out, not have to worry about it. The spear thrower against my Sparky is going to do negligible damage. Too easy to knock that out. Those giants there are a little bit annoying, but that's all right. So we're going to go ahead and have the Sparky keep moving on that left side, taking out these defenses, distracting them a little bit with the barbarians and the wall breakers. Again, what's nice about the wall breaker dudes is that when they hit a wall, they break into 4 smaller troops. So it's just extra people that the defenses can then lock onto, or these giants, or whoever else. So plenty of guys left. Not too worried about it. Still have the 2 rages. Probably should have used a rage earlier, because why not? you don't get any extra medals by keeping spells for the end. So I'm keeping the troops just because I don't want them to go down, and I do get the bonus from that, but nothing really from the spells. So 100%, 3-star with that third attack, not too bad. We'll go ahead and see what else we have open here. We'll go ahead and wait for the next one. So here we are, trying to look at which bases we haven't done yet. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Wizard Valley. All right, so we're gonna have to work through all these bases anyways, and might as well just give it a shot and see how it pans out. Cool. So I'm just kind of scouting it out right now, taking a look at how I can best get into the core. I think I'm gonna stick with the current army that I have potentially, but kind of going back and forth on what troops I should change, if any. I think we're good though. So we'll go ahead and attack, again changing out that Endless Haste for one of the rages for that first hit so that we have the speed out of the gate. Gonna go ahead and drop it right there, close to the core, but also down to that left side. Drop a couple guys right here to distract, and then the Sparky right behind. Should put us in a pretty good position to start clearing out this left side. And my goal really is to open up a funnel for heading down the middle for that second shot. So if we can clear out a lot of these random and miscellaneous type defenses on the left side, then we should be pretty good to move into that core, do some heavy damage, and then see what we can actually do on that second attack. Maybe get a 2-hit knockout, otherwise kind of going again for that third hit. All right, bad position. So the Single Inferno locked on to the Sparky, and it's going to go down pretty quick. Yeah, it's not a 1-hit for that Single Inferno, and wow, 32%. Going to go ahead and just see what percentage I can clean up with these remaining guys. Go ahead and take out that Single Inferno with those barrels, and then kind of just again picking away at other parts of the base, cleaning it up just a little bit so that for this second hit we'll see how much I can actually do. But wow, I was not expecting for that Single Inferno to lock on so quickly, and I did not have any barbarians or wall wreckers to take the heat away from my Sparky. So that's a bummer right there. I was hoping to do more, but 39%. We'll see how we can actually end up on this one. Maybe this again is a 2-hit, but we'll take a look. So cleaning up here, guys. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a couple other series going on. As I finish up this attack, we have war hits. We have epic strategies for Town Hall 16. I'm super excited to announce that we have 2 other mini accounts. So we have the DRC, we have the Will account. Both of those are at Town Hall 16. And then we have 2 mini accounts, and we're pushing for mid-tier content, getting them to like level Town Halls like 11 and 13, I think is what we decided on for you guys, just to get you some better content of that middle range. And we're super excited to start pushing stuff out for you. So hang tight and subscribe so that you guys can receive those notifications when we drop that content, and you guys can keep learning. Please ask questions. We love to answer comments. And if you want to see something special, please let us know. And now we're moving into the second attack again, taking out that Endless Haste and throwing in a Rage. Actually, I think we're going to go with the Skeleton and see how that looks. Maybe that'll provide some distractions for those Single Infernos, which would be better than what happened last time. I wasn't able to get my guys deep enough, so hopefully this kind of pans out well. Again, just throwing some distractors down, kind of getting things in there pretty quickly so that my Sparky can start doing some good damage. I'm going to go ahead and drop this Rage when I feel as though I can get some pretty solid bang for my buck, with it being deep enough in the base to do a whole lot of damage to the defenses. I don't want to deploy the Rage too soon, because that's going to result in my Sparky leaving it too early and then not having enough of the radius to really do a lot of damage to the defenses. So I'm going to drop it right here. I have the Single Infernos distracted by the skeleton traps as well as these barrels, so it looks pretty solid right now. If I could take down this giant cannon pretty quick, but that Wizard Tower, man. So a lot of splash damage on this Wizard Valley capital peak base. So it's kind of a tough one for all of the distracting troops, and then for the Sparky as it moves through. I have my distracting guys that move to the left. I've got a couple skeletons over on the right side with my Sparky distracting one of the cannons and the spear thrower. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though, to keep everything preoccupied. Looks like my Sparky might be going down before we are able to clear out this whole base in just 2 hits. So once again, looking as if it's going to be a 3-hit base. I don't like to see that. I feel as though I could have gotten this down in just 2 hits with the miner strategy that I use. But, you know, who knows? Hindsight's 2020. We gave it a shot and we're learning from it. So I'm excited to keep kind of working on this and seeing if I can get better. But as for right now, guys, I'd go take a look at the other video and see how that looks. See if it works for you. I'm pretty excited about it. And I think, you know, 5,500 loot for an attack is pretty solid. Can't complain about that at all. But I can complain about how it's going to take 3 hits. So just for the fun of it, might as well drop the skeleton traps over there. Just dropping everything. I'm really not too worried. You know, whatever. I lose out on a couple clan gold, or capital gold, excuse me, if any of my guys go down. But I think we're in pretty good shape. So 690 or so for my bonus, plus the 700. So that's, you know, 1,300. But from this account for DRC, we're looking at about 22,000. Again, not my best. Typically around 28 to 30,000 for the miner strategy, because I'm able to take them down quicker. And so 2 hits per base is more like a 3 base weekend for me, as opposed to 3 hits per base is just 2 bases knocked out with the Sparky. So a little bit unfortunate, but all right. So we have our second account here that we're going to be working through, changing out all of these miner troops for, again, this Sparky strategy, continuing to work on it and kind of refine how we go about this so that we can get better at it. I might toss in one of these buddies or 2 of them just to see how that works. Maybe it'll work out for the Dragon Cliffs. I'm hoping that, you know, they're able to target the dragons and do some damage there. Gonna go ahead and drop again these initial spells so that I have my haste, rage, and lightning for this. So once again, going back to our foundational steps that I mentioned earlier, we're gonna go ahead and drop this eternal haste wherever it's gonna set us up for future attacks the best. Just kind of scoping it out right now. I think, let's see, I'm gonna place it right over here and then try to work on that right side first. So go ahead and drop a couple of these guys. They're moving in pretty quick. I have the Sparky that's been deployed. Once the dragon locks on to some of my guys, I'm going to deploy the Inferno dude, but that did not work out too well. Those air defenses are pretty high level and they are smoking my air troops. So I'm kind of in a frenzy right now, just dropping everything, not looking so great. I think I messed up here, guys. So learning from this mistake, we're going to have to be more careful with how we protect our Sparky, especially in Dragon Cliffs, against these super dragons. That wipes them out pretty quickly. So again, maybe having to deploy my barbarians and wall wreckers more quickly. I think I'm just going to scrap those air troops because trying to split ground and air didn't really work for me last time. Maybe try a freeze this time. We'll see if that's able to slow down their rate of attack and give me some more time to deploy those distracting troops and get some more damage. But again, still working on this. Maybe this isn't the best strategy for Dragon Cliffs. I fully recognize that there are different ways to hit each type of base. And it's not really a one-size-fits-all, and that's why it takes some strategy going into this. But I wanted to show you guys just clean slate a Sparky-based attack against a variety of bases, and so that's what we're working on for this video in this series right now. This 2 episodes, I think, we'll be able to knock out all of these types of bases. But yeah, so I wanted to see how the Sparky did against Dragon Cliffs. I think based on that first attack with like 25% or whatever it was, we can kind of agree that probably isn't the best for Dragon Cliffs. So I'll drop the rage over here, go ahead and move in. Still trying to distract the single Inferno. Looks like it took it down pretty easily. Got another one back there I'm a little bit worried about. A bunch of dragons under the freeze. I'm just trying to drop everything so that there's a whole lot going on and the defenses don't know exactly who to target. That blast bow is targeting my Sparky. I got the single, oh man, I got the super dragon now, focusing on it. So we're going to be dropping down. 2 attacks done, 44%. Guys, not feeling too confident about this, but we're working on it. We'll figure it out. It might be a 4-hitter, which makes me real sad because I just don't like that. You know, I know that I can do better with my minor strategy, and I like the versatility and strength of those guys. But anyways, enough is enough. So moving into this, if you're enjoying this, guys, or if you want to be notified, please consider subscribing. We're definitely here for you guys. We want to hear your feedback. And if you guys use the Sparky, I've seen a lot of people use this successfully. So if you have any tips for me, please, by all means, go ahead and drop it in the comments. We're more than excited to learn from you guys and to kind of move forward with a better understanding of how to use them for raid weekend. Because, you know, if I just stick with the same strategy week in and week out, maybe it works for now, but once they get buffed or nerfed, then, you know, I'm going to be stuck trying to relearn a strategy. So might as well figure it out right now and kind of have a couple in my pocket. But now that we're moving into this, go ahead and drop the lightning in the back just because there's nowhere else to drop it, really. I have those dragons flying around, trying to keep them distracted by the barbarians and the little guys that bounce out from the wall wrecker. I have my Sparky moving to the left. Those dragons seem to be chasing it down. Don't quite like that, trying to distract them a little bit, but they're stuck over those rocks, and it's kind of a weird position. Looks like they're really focused on getting my Sparky, so doing my best to keep them distracted. I have a couple over there on the right side of that rocky area chasing them down, but yeah, not looking too great. Gonna have to keep pushing. 77% though. We'll see how this pans out. Maybe we can get 81%. All right. Still have a rage left over. I don't like that I've kept it this long, but there was no place to use it before. So we're really opening up a lot of placement area, but now these dragons, man, they just are all over that Sparky troop, trying to outrun it with that eternal haste. And all right, so 92%. Oh no, please, 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 please. Okay, the spear thrower did not get distracted by the barbarian. Guys, I really hope that I don't have to come back in with a 4th attack just for like 3%. But oh no, it looks like I might. All right, so 4% on that 4th attack is pretty rough. Oh man. All right, so it's going to be 4 attacks for the Dragon Cliffs with the Sparky. I definitely could have done better out of the get-go with maybe a freeze up front instead of trying to rely on those air troops to take out the super dragons. But you live and you learn. We're getting better, or we will get better. I can't say that we've gotten better yet because this was a pretty rough go at it. But I also do think now that we've been messing around with it just a little bit, that it is more difficult to use the Sparky troop. And if you want to use it, then I'd say go for it. You know, give it your best shot and you'll learn a lot. But thanks for joining us, guys. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe for more content, and we'll catch you later.